The work we refuse to do often causes the universe to hold it up as a giant mirror. It's mirrored in the relationships that we have. It's mirrored in the chances that we don't take, in the things that we deny ourselves because we tell ourselves that we don't deserve it, because someone told us sometime that we didn't deserve it. When you realize it, it's that much more painful that you're like, "Ah, why? Why did I do this to myself?" It doesn't matter. Don't blame yourself. Don't spend time feeling guilty like that. But the good news is you actually can remove yourself. You can say no to the chaos that surrounds you. Just move on. Start to make one small choice. When you're in these moments in life, it's so painful. But what's more painful is going through that pain over and over and over because you're too afraid to make a different choice. That different choice probably would lead you to a better place, not a worse place, than the pain you're already experiencing. Capitalize on the end of 2024. Use that energy to thrust you into 2025. What's up, party people? Listen, it's getting serious now. The year is drawing to a close. 2024 was supposed to be the year. The year that if you aren't really doing the work on yourself, that things are probably going to get harder. Each negative repeating pattern in your life, each choice you made that reflected your self-limiting belief, all of those things continue to mount into things that serve you less and less. As unpleasant as it is to have the things you haven't worked on slap you in the face repeatedly, they're also the gift that is creating the pain to show you that this might not be the way. What if there were a different choice, a different lifestyle, a different path for you? The work we refuse to do often causes the universe to hold it up as a giant mirror right in front of us. It's mirrored in the relationships that we have. It's mirrored in the chances that we don't take, in the things that we deny ourselves because we tell ourselves that we don't deserve it, because someone told us sometime that we didn't deserve it. We've all done it, but when you realize it, it's that much more painful that you're like, "Ah, why? Why did I do this to myself?" It doesn't matter. Don't blame yourself. Don't spend time feeling guilty like that. Just move on. Start to make one small choice. When you're in these moments in life, it's so painful. But what's more painful is going through that pain over and over and over because you're too afraid to make a different choice. But that different choice probably would lead you to a better place, not a worse place, than the pain you're already experiencing. Individually, we're experiencing these things. Collectively, we're experiencing these things in our own society. We continue to choose things that don't really work for us. It's painful when you and everyone else around you is experiencing the same suffering. But the good news is you actually can remove yourself. You can say no to the chaos that surrounds you. And there are many types of chaos. But say no to the ones that are really causing you the most grief. One area where this gets complicated is in helping others. While our hearts tell us to help others, and by all means we should, we can't help those who don't want our help, who aren't ready. We can't just go around fixing everyone else but ourselves. Every soul is on its own journey, including you. So your peace always has to come first before you're offering help. And when you're offering help, it has to be where it makes sense. Is it the person who never listens to a single word you say, and what you say flows in one ear and out the other, and you've wasted hours of your time, and they've used you for whatever, and they only ever call you when the next time that they have the same exact breakdown over the same exact thing, probably? Is it that situation, or is it someone who genuinely wants and appreciates your help? Discernment is knowing the difference. And as you probably heard me discuss before, loving everybody else, but not yourself first, it's not very authentic love. You will truly understand what it means to have unconditional love. When you can love yourself for your flaws, for your faults, for the mistakes you might make along the way, even when you're trying. The people you look up to have probably made the same mistakes you have. Not just once, not just twice, but many times. So don't go around beating yourself up either. Much of your evolution process is about love and acceptance, more so than beating yourself and doing harder and just hustling. It's also about becoming centered and grounded and learning how to calm down and regulate your nervous system. Speaking of calming down and regulating your nervous system, I should probably tell you that I just dropped an ebook that is probably perfect for you if you're listening to this video. It's called the Jumpstart Manual, and Volume 1 is all about mindfulness. So getting centered, getting grounded, learning to just take things down a notch so that you can start to make more clear-headed decisions. It's available for download. I'll link it right here and also in the description. So if you're watching this, I just fake fell. So if you're listening to this or watching this right now and everything feels like a mess, don't you worry, baby, because it's not too late. I just want you thinking about this now and starting now and not being part of the New Year's resolution crowd in January. I want you taking your steps already. So many people are really trying to put in the work and do better for themselves. And that makes me happy and proud to see people just learning more about themselves mostly and more about how to navigate the world a little bit better and to be kinder and to be more regulated and have their mood be more stabilized. Planet Earth is tough, and we all need each other, which means we all need to do better for ourselves and for everybody else. Don't worry, just start. Starting can be as simple as writing down what you're grateful for, or getting out to take a walk today, or do some exercise, or trying meditation for the first time. You can do it for as little as 5 minutes. I promise. It won't bite. Second, remember that no matter what, you always have people and things to be grateful for. Gratitude is the foundation of making any change in your life. If you start with gratitude and stay with gratitude when things get tough, I promise it will pay off someday. In your attitude, in what happens, in the results, it truly does work. Keep it small. Keep it consistent. The most successful people in the world didn't just become that overnight most of the time. They made small, little baby changes day by day by day and got better and better. There's no secret recipe. It's just that. Taking things in stride, building your confidence as you go, allows you to have small successes, small wins, if you will. And those wins give you... And those little wins are like the wind beneath your wings to take the next step and then the next. And it doesn't mean that you won't ever have a bad day or that there won't be setbacks, but you'll remember what it's like to have that momentum already. So you'll be programmed to just try again or to try differently. Capitalize on the end of 2024. Use that energy to thrust you into 2025. Mind your business, drink your water, do your stretches, do your meditations. Write down something you're thankful for or say it out loud to somebody you love. Whatever. But choose one or two things you want to work on between now and the end of the year that are going to help thrust you into improvement all through next year. Think about what those things are and get cracking. My thing is going to have to be meditation now through the end of the year. My hips have problems sometimes, and it's really hard for me to not have numbness if I meditate for too long, just on a beanbag. So I got a little bench to try the kneeling position, and I think it's really going to help. So that's my commitment to making an improvement that's going to set me up great for next year. So whatever your thing is, pick it, choose it, do it day by day, a little bit at a time. Make it happen. And as far as the people in your life that maybe aren't ready to make those changes yet, and I know that can be painful to observe as well. Rather than pushing your way onto others, what could be better is to just show up as you, as these constantly improving versions of yourself. That's the fastest and most effective way to get people interested in what you're doing to improve and maybe take some steps themselves. People don't want to be left behind. So if you continue to show up as improved versions of yourself, with some hope, you can inspire some people around you to do the same. So keep that in mind as we head into the holiday season. This was a relatively short one. It was just a quick message for the end of the year, just to get you thinking about it. Stay motivated, figure out what you're going to change before the end of 2024 to push you into 2025, and I'll see you in the next round.